Good afternoon. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful day and I hope your day is going on smooth. It's another episode of our training on real estate and the various terminologies in real estate. In our previous class, we discussed about numerous terminologies in real estate, and some of those things we discussed what a freehold is and government consent. Today, we are going to be looking into another five terminologies in real estate, one of which is Land Use Act. Now, what is a Land Use Act? The Land Use Act is an act that vests the ownership of all lands in a state in the hands of the state governor, who owns the land in trust for the people. The governor is responsible for allocating the lands in urban areas to individuals and corporate entities in the area. Now, this Land Use Act was enacted in 1978, and this is an act that vests the ownership of all the land in a state in the hand of a state governor, who now has the power to hand it over to trusted persons in that community or in that state. Now, the act was enacted, like I said, in 1978, and it has contributed to the peaceful allocation of landed properties in Nigeria. It is this Land Use Act of 1978 that has allowed a peaceful allocation of land without problem, in as much as sometimes we still have issues of homonyless and the rest. And also we have real property. Real property is land or any building or structure placed on it. Now you have a land, and any structure that is placed on that land, whether an utility or a structure, can be termed as a real property. They are categorized by their purpose of use in Nigeria, such as residential, commercial, agricultural, etc. The state government controls property ownership in Nigeria as recorded in the Land Use Act of 1978. That is, basically, real properties are categorized into residential, commercial, and agricultural. Are you getting it? And then we have the lease. What is the lease? A lease is a contract outlining the terms under which a party agrees to rent another party's property. Of course, somehow in our journey, we lease something. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, lease is a contract outlining the terms under which a party agrees to rent out a property to another party. This contract implies that the property owner is granting the lease or the leasee or tenants the right to use their property for specified purposes and within a specified period of time. Apparently, when properties is on lease to you, it means that you're not the owner of that property, but you are taking ownership of that property for just a particular period of time. And then we have the rent. What is the rent? Most of us you say, oh, I want to rent an apartment. No, it is best said that you want to lease an apartment, because rent is the payment that the leasee or tenant pays for a property. A rent is the payment the leasee or tenant of a property makes to the leaser or landlord in exchange for the right to occupy the use of the property for a specified purpose. What you are paying is the rent. What you are leasing is the property. So we should get that straight. And then we have the land purchase receipt. What's the land purchase receipt? The land purchase receipt is a document a property owner issues to a buyer confirming they have received payment for the property. A real estate company can also issue it, especially when they are in the charge of property management. So the receipt, of course, that you get for purchasing the property is what you call the land purchase receipt. And finally, for today, we have valuation. What is valuation? Valuation is the process of determining the value of a property. This requires a much more in-depth or rigorous process when the said property is a building or any form of structure and not just land. Now, valuation is the process of determining the value of a property. How much does this property worth? And then it becomes complicated, or it becomes complicating when there is a structure on that land, and then you need to give a valuation for both the land and then the property. I believe, ladies and gentlemen, that somehow you're getting to learn something or the terminologies in real estate. In our next section of this terminologies, we're going to be dealing with inspection, we are going to be dealing with listings, and then we are going to be going into the real estate laws in Nigeria. Most of us go into real estate, we call ourselves realtors, but we really don't understand the real estate laws in Nigeria. This and many more are we going to dive into in our next section. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity and your time. And I pray that just as you go out on a daily basis to pursue your dream in the real estate sector, blessings and many more shall be your portion. God bless you. Do have a wonderful day.